Today I was researching a video on our old friend El Royale. Unfortunately it took me down a few rabbit holes, but I found a little gem of a sovereign citizen from Illinois. G'day, hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me, it is much appreciated. Yes, I was doing some research for a video on El Royale, you know, our old favourite friend, and I ended up going down quite a few rabbit holes, but I stumbled across a video of a sovereign citizen in Illinois who, as per usual, thinks that the rules of the road do not apply to him. So let's educate our friend on the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code. And incidentally, that code comes from a public act, and that public act comes from law.
It's a violation.
Once again,
it's a vehicle code violation.
Then you can go ahead and write it up, and I'll go to court. I'm going to beat it.
Okay.
Other than that,
identification.
Other than that, I don't need anything. It's not an emergency.
I need your identification.
I don't have to give you anything. There's not an emergency.
You do have to give me.
I do not. There's not an emergency.
Well, I mean, technically you're correct. It isn't an emergency. However, it is a traffic stop. And as part of the traffic stop, you have to provide your driver's license, proof of registration and insurance. If you don't, then you just provide your identification, i.e. Your name and date of birth. And you also said there that go ahead and write it up. The officer can't write it up because you won't provide your identification.
You're driving a vehicle.
I am traveling. I am traveling in my automobile. I am traveling in my automobile with my kids.
Okay.
I do not need a driver's license.
You do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I am traveling in my automobile. I do not need a driver's license. No matter where I go, no matter what state I am. There's no federal law that says we need a driver's license.
And travelling, not driving. God, change the record. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but he is actually correct. There is no federal law because under the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, the federal government passed down, passed back to the states the power to write their own traffic laws. And in the case of Illinois, it's the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code. And you do need a license. Under the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code, Chapter 6, Article 1, Section 6, Subsection 101, Part A, states no person, except those expressly exempt by Section 6(1)(2), shall drive any motor vehicle upon a highway in this state, unless such person has a valid license or permit, an Illinois mobile driver's license, or a restricted driving permit issued under the provisions of this Act. Just for clarification, those persons mentioned under Section 102 are government employees or members of the armed forces operating a vehicle on government-owned land, a non-resident but must have a license from their state or from their country, an out-of-state student studying in Illinois but again must have a license from their state, persons operating tractors from farms to field, a non-resident that is now a resident only has 90 days to apply for an Illinois driver's license, train personnel because they drive a train across the road, and recently added is persons riding a low speed electric scooter.
I have the court case in my phone right now where it won. There's no law. I am traveling. You're violating me. And I can go for your bond.
Okay.
You are on a bond. I'm every time you have 7 minutes to talk to me. Within that 7 minutes, I'm charging each time you talk to me. I do not need no driver's license to drive nowhere in the United States of America. That is federal law. I am traveling in my automobile with my kids.
Okay.
That's it.
Coming in route 10-4, code 5. Are you code 1?
Carry my international document. It's in the middle console. But I don't have to get them nothing because there's no emergency. I got international everything.
Okay.
Once again, it's so disturbing that yet another sovtard has his children in the vehicle while he's playing this stupid game. Also, there is no such thing as a bond. 7 minutes, that's more bullshit. A traffic stop can take as long as it needs, especially if you spout this nonsense. And lastly, international documents. What's that got to do with anything? You can apply for an international license when you travel abroad, but your international documents mean absolutely bugger all.
There's no emergency. You're wasting my time.
What is the international document?
It's for all things that I need for it. But other than that, there's no emergency. There's no emergency. So I don't have to give you anything. You're saying the place, that's an infraction.
Yeah.
Any speeding, that's an infraction. All those are infractions. That doesn't give you probable cause to stop me in none of it.
It does, sir.
Once
It's
again.
a violation.
Okay, so you can write it up. You can write it up, and I will go.
Identification to write it up.
Like I said, I don't have to give you that. There's no crime. There's no crime being committed at all.
You have to.
I am traveling.
You have to have a driver's
I am
license.
traveling. I could put no plates on there at all. I don't even have to have a plates. I could put no plates on there. I am traveling. I am traveling. I can take those plates off right now, put them in the car, and still drive off. I am traveling. That's law. I can take those plates off and put them in the trunk, and I still can drive. Well, I still can travel in an automobile.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
I can take those plates off and put them in the trunk, and I still can drive. Well, I still can travel off.
Whoops.
I'm noticing this more and more often, that when the sovtards get caught in a lie, they stammer a lot. But anyway, as for infractions come from the code comes from an act, the act is part of law. Now, funny you should mention license plates. Let's refer back to the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code about license plates. Section 3, subsection 413, Part B states, except for vehicles with rear-loaded motorised forklifts, every registration plate or digital registration plate shall at all times be securely fastened in a horizontal position to the vehicle for which it is issued, so as to prevent the plate from swinging. Therefore, you do have to have registration plates.
Those plates can. No, I don't. I don't need it nowhere. And nowhere. No, I'm telling you, get your supervisor. I'm telling you, I do not need it. I am traveling in an automobile with my kids. I do not need no driver's license. There's no such thing as a driver's license in federal law, in federal court. If you go to federal court, they're not going to bring up anything stating that in any state, in any of these states, that we need a driver's license. That is against the law. I am telling you the truth. I'm not, call your supervisor. I'm telling you the truth. I do not need a driver's license in the state of Illinois to I'm not driving. I'm not driving.
What are you doing?
I'm traveling. I am traveling in my automobile.
That you're driving?
No, I am traveling in my automobile. Like I said, you're trying to get me on commercial. There's nothing in here saying that I work for anybody. I'm not doing anything business.
What is commercial?
Like
You sound like a broken record.
I said, once again, I don't have to sit here and explain anything to you. Get your supervisor.
Okay, he's on his way. Still gonna need some identification.
Like I said, I haven't done anything. I haven't committed a crime.
I'm not saying committed a crime.
I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime. You cannot ask my ID if I haven't committed a crime. That's an infraction.
Alright, sir. We still need some proof of identification here.
Once again, I have that on me.
Okay.
But that's if I did something as a crime. I have not.
Okay.
I did an infraction.
There's the Illinois Vehicle Code, okay?
I am traveling in an automobile.
When your plates are suspended.
I am traveling in an automobile.
Violation.
Those plates can come off, and those plates can go on the trunk. I am traveling in an automobile. Those plates can come off. Those plates can go on the trunk. I am traveling. Those plates can come off the car.
So are you going to refuse to identify yourself?
I'm not refusing to identify myself at all, but I haven't committed a crime, so I do not have to
What is
identify
your name,
myself.
sir?
I knew it would come at some point. Call your supervisor. And we find out in a little while why he was stopped. It turns out that his tags have expired. Hello, it's Chuck from the future, i.e. editing Chuck, and I made a mistake. It wasn't expired tags, it was expired registration. Sorry. Which is an infraction, which is under the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code, which is under the Act, which is under law. So therefore, you have committed a crime.
I don't have to identify myself. I haven't committed a crime. You wrote it down right there. That's good enough. You can talk to him.
I can't even see you.
You can see her. Those are legal. The tents are legal. You can see her. The tents are legal.
Are you standing out here?
Am I what?
I can't see in the window.
You can see. You can see. You can see, sir.
Man.
You can see, sir.
I can tell you now, as a former traffic officer, looking just at that footage, that those tents are 100% illegal. So therefore, you've now committed a second crime.
Talking to her.
But you don't have to though. She does nothing to you. Once again, you're violating her right. She has nothing to do with it. She has nothing to do with none of this. You're violating her right. You're violating her right. She has nothing to do with this. You're violating her right. You're violating her right, sir. Get your supervisor out here. Get your supervisor. You have a bond that you have. Get your supervisor out here. Once again, I've done nothing wrong. I am traveling in my automobile. Get your supervisor out here, please. I am. But you're talking to her is violating her rights. You're violating her rights talking to her. And I'm telling you, that's wrong.
Thank you for telling me.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know about you, but I like to think that I'm fairly well versed with the American sort of constitution and rights, etc. If you disagree about that statement, pop it in the comment section, let me know. But I'm not 100% sure which of her rights are being violated simply by the second officer talking to the female passenger. I've been racking my brain. I can't think of anything.
Sir,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
the supervisor gets here, are you going to provide your identification?
Yes, I will. And he's going to go about it the right way because you guys are not doing it the right way. I am traveling in my automobile with my kids. Once again, those plates will come off and go in the trunk. I don't need plates on any automobile traveling. I'm not doing commercial. I'm not out here working for a business. No, this is all private. This is private traveling.
So you're traveling on a public roadway.
Once again, whether it's public or not, I do not need driver's license to drive on that. I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Once again, you're trying to trick me. It's not going to work.
I'm not trying to.
Yes, you are. I know what you're doing, and it's not going to work. I am traveling in my automobile.
Again, I don't understand how he's trying to be tricked. You've committed an infraction. You have to show your license. In fact, referring back to the Illinois Motor Vehicle Code, back to Section 6, subsection 101, Part H, a person may be required to produce, when so requested, a physical driver's license to a law enforcement officer. So yes, you have to produce. And how is she not asking it in the correct way? What do you think a supervisor is going to say?
And I can do that any public, any road. Any road, I can travel. Yes, ma'am, I can do that. I haven't done nothing, no crime. This right here is an infraction. You're wasting your time.
You do understand why I pulled you over, though, correct?
You're wasting your time. That's an infraction. That's an infraction.
Okay.
That's an infraction. And most civilized, officers, they as far as a person that's underneath that, jurisdiction, what they do is they give them a warning. They don't sit there and waste their time. Once again, I'm not underneath that jurisdiction. I'm on land.
But you are under the jurisdiction of any Illinois police department because you are driving a vehicle on a public road.
We're not in water. I'm on land. I am traveling.
We're in water. I'm just looking to get your name and your birthday.
But I haven't done anything illegal. You can't get that. You cannot get that. I haven't done anything illegal. That's an infraction. I am traveling in my automobile with my kids. then you guys are making it way.
And
Imagine my surprise
when I discovered that the video ended there. The TikTok channel that this video came from claims that there's a part 2, but there isn't. Alright, that'll do it for this video. I'm so sorry it ran a bit longer than I anticipated, but thank you for watching if you did get this far. If you did get this far and it's your first time here, please consider subscribing using the icon around about here. And if you kind of really did like it, then clicking the thumbs up button really does help the channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video. Good day.